vastsolutionsgroup.com and real estate go hand in hand. What do I mean by that? Most of our clients at vastsolutionsgroup.com are either real estate agents, real estate advisors, real estate investors, developers. You get the point. Pretty much all of them are involved in real estate, 93%. My name is Kenner French, vastsolutionsgroup.com, where I've been since 2006. I'm here to help you understand a little bit more about what vastsolutionsgroup.com does for those in the real estate realm. So let's get right to it. I'm going to show a little presentation, which hopefully will help you to understand a little bit more about what it is that we do and to help you to understand just a little about the intricacies that are involved with dealing with real estate agents, professionals, et cetera, et cetera. So I called it Empowering Real Estate Professionals with vastsolutionsgroup.com. So let's get right to it. Once again, our company has been around since 1969. I took over in 2006. Really, since 69 to 2006, it was dealing with, pretty much any business owner. I got a little bit of a sharper focus in 2006. Real estate agents, I figured, were a very unique world. So I started getting involved in the real estate agents, and then we started getting referrals from there. We figured out that, not every advisor, every professional advisor knows how to deal with real estate agents, real estate investors, et cetera, et cetera. I knew there was a lot of issues there. They might need some help because they're crazy busy doing their own thing. So that's one reason they were kind of putting off doing kind of the business things as LLCs put together. Well, wait a minute. Did you know that you could save some money by putting together an LLC and maybe sometimes as a real estate agent, having an S Corp that would help you to lower your taxes? Or did you know putting together a number of LLCs might help you as a real estate developer in shielding your liability? Things like that. I realized really early on that we can help business owners, specifically real estate professionals, real estate agents, developers, et cetera, to help themselves when they were kind of they were the forgotten group as it relates to the small business owner market. Hence the reason roughly 93% of our clients here at vastsolutionsgroup.com are coming from the real estate world. So, do we have an expertise in that world? Yeah, obviously, since 2006 at a minimum. Comprehensive tax help. We help with tax mitigation, tax preparation, bookkeeping, anything really relating to taxes and bookkeeping, not only for our clients, but also for some of their clients, meaning real estate agents' clients, as an example. Anything to help agents expand their business, we probably do, as an example. Not only for agents, not only for developers, but also for their clients. Sometimes we'll help with a homeowners association, as an example. If it helps the agent, as an example, probably will end up helping us as a provider, tax provider, or bookkeeping provider, or in that case, homeowner association provider. Investment portfolio management, a lot of real estate agents, we figured, well, wow, they're busy doing their own thing. We believe in, by the way, utilizing real estate as an investment foundation. A lot of them we found needed some help with respect to investments. Again, they're busy doing their own thing. Some of them do invest heavily in real estate, but at the same time, some of them do need help with some of the traditional investments, or even sometimes they want to get involved in crypto or, putting together a qualified plan that would lower their tax liability. And AI, we use AI. We've been using AI or artificial intelligence here at Vast Solutions Group since 2018, maybe even before that. 2010 is when we started. But really what we do is use it for us, and then also use artificial intelligence, our models called Einstein, to lower tax liability, to get business propelled forward, because we have a platform, a business automation platform. So it helps our clients in the background. More and more real estate professionals are coming to us because they want the business automation that is artificial intelligence. So that's something we're showing a little bit more of to our clients. Serving real estate clients. So what are some kind of examples? So real estate agent consultation, providing real estate agents with business planning, as an example, or really real estate investors, business planning as it relates to their LLC, bookkeeping, et cetera, et cetera. Commercial real estate, we help do property finance, commercial property finance specifically for usually some of our bigger investors. Sometimes they might have a portfolio of whatever, $10 million, and they need some financing to turn that to $20 million. And we have a group to do that. Development, sometimes we provide expertise in the way of evaluation for real estate as it relates to usually land development. For property management, we do kind of the back end sometimes for, let's say, a client who needs property management for their group. and they need some bookkeeping, we'll do the bookkeeping kind of behind usually the property manager. And then also homeowner association consultation. As I mentioned earlier, we do that. We do really all elements of it. We do, the tax help, the financial reporting element, and also bookkeeping. Why the advantage? Why do I think that why do I know that we have such an advantage? Well, really, it's because of our trusted partnerships. We've been growing our partnerships left and right based on the good work we've done. As an example, with Remax, with EXP, with Keller Williams, Windermere, and Sotheby's, the list goes on. But they've enlisted us to help their agents to a large part. Sometimes it's a team of whatever, 1,800 as an example. So what are some tailored solutions for real estate, those in real estate? Understand the client needs, that's important. If we're dealing with an agent as an example, customized strategies. All of our solutions are customized. By the way, I will say it takes a little bit more work. It's work for us, less profitable for us, but we believe it helps because every real estate investor, agent, et cetera, is so unique. It's totally different marketplace. If you go to it, let's just say a dentist, one dentist might have the same problems as another dentist. In real estate, it's totally, totally different. Hence the reason we have to do really customized approach, but then again, we also have to be flexible as a business owner, as a result. Collaborative partnerships, we put together partnerships through our Vast Vault collaborative community. You will learn more about that down the road. Success stories here, here you see Realogics, Sotheby's, we do work for their group. They have us do business training for their team. And, the one thing I've found by doing so is, they are so grateful for our help because they're, real estate agents are kind of the forgotten about group. It makes me feel really good, when we go in and they're saying, wow, we really appreciate it. So, that's a big thing. That's a big thing when we can walk away knowing that we helped a number of agents to get that much better. EXP Realty International, we do quarterly educational seminars. Here you see a picture of a family, the leaders, Kristen and Chris Bear. They're the ones who lead that specific team that we do some training for basically every quarter. And here, wow, I just noticed that one of the wordings one of the sections got cut off. I apologize about that. We do some real estate FYI, what we call real estate FYIs for Windermere Realty in Washington State. Now, we also have some kind of learning elements, educational elements, etc., that we have, and one of them is our podcast. And what I would say is, why am I bringing up the podcast? Because it's really, really geared towards business owners in the real estate realm. Could be agents, could be investors, developers, fix and flippers, etc. If you go to our website at vastsolutionsgroup.com, vastsolutionsgroup.com, there's a number of really good podcasts with some of the most famous. Louis Belmonte is an example, Sharon Lecter. Anyway, a number of really, really good and interesting resources and tools that you can be learning about in our podcast. Speaking of which, talk about tools. I'm in the mood to bring this up. If you email info@vastsolutionsgroup.com, info@vastsolutionsgroup.com, info book, give us your address. The Entrepreneur's Manifesto, a collection of smart financial advice. Again, Entrepreneur's Manifesto, a collection of smart financial advice. We'll send you a copy of my book. I used to be and we'll get into that down the road, but Forbes.com small business contributor. And I used to write a number of articles, obviously. And so what I've done is I've put together a number of articles that I think are interesting, mainly for real estate investors, agents, et cetera, et cetera. Again, go ahead and email us at info@vastsolutionsgroup.com. Real estate, it's unique. It's tough as a business provider, but I know it adds value. If we can help a real estate agent, let's just say as an example, lower their tax liability by $40,000, that gives them cash flow, then who knows, maybe they're going to grow that into, a better retirement, whatever the case is. I know real estate, it's a tough world as a vendor, but I know it's the best one because it's a forgotten about one. We get a lot of kudos from real estate, usually investors, agents, because they like what we've done. If you want to learn more, go to vastsolutionsgroup.com, email for the book. Once again, my name is Kenner French at vastsolutionsgroup.com. It's been a pleasure. Hopefully this has been helpful in some way, getting you to learn a little bit more about vastsolutionsgroup.com and what we can do for those in the real estate world. Thank you. Have a great day.